this is how failure changed my life. Failure saved me. Like, besides Jesus, besides God, besides him saving my soul, dying on a cross for my sins, my soul was saved, yet my future was not guaranteed. And what I mean by that is, like, I was lost. My mind was lost. I didn't have a clear vision. I didn't have a means of getting there. I had to get uncomfortable, and I had to fail in order for me to be able to attain that vision and attain that vision clearly. Man, but I remember being at work and even at work, I wasn't a good worker. Like, I wasn't great. Like, I was so lazy that I used to think that I was a hard worker. Oh my gosh, I used to think that I was actually a hard worker. But man, was I wrong. Man, was I lazy. I worked at Jamba Juice for about a year and a half, maybe. And then, this is about, like, during my first year, I was not a good worker, like I said, guys. And my second year there, the half in a year that I was still there, I did a lot better, but I still wasn't great. And I thought maybe, how do I change this? How do I become a harder worker? And for me, it took having to move jobs. I decided to work at a tire shop. I applied to a tire shop. I got in. Going in, again, I thought I was all this, dude. I was like, I'm a hard worker. I got a strong mind. I'll be able to handle this, and I'll be able to be the best there is here. And I remember by the second month I was out. I was a coward. I could not handle it. It was too hard for me. My mind was not as strong as I thought it was. And that broke me. And here's why I tell you that it broke me. Because the reality of myself was shifted. It was completely wrong. I thought I was this hardworking person who had a strong mind, who believed and loved Jesus, who gave his all at everything. This is what I thought that I was. And coming out of that job, I realized that I wasn't a hard worker, that my mind wasn't as strong as I thought. I realized that everything that I thought I wasn't. I was a coward. I was a loser. I was weak. And I remember for about 5 or 6 months after I had to quit, maybe not 5 or 6 actually, maybe like 2 or 3, maybe 4, 2 to 4 months after I had quit that place, I was filled with so much regret, and I was filled with so much anger of myself and so much shame, because I called myself the man. I called myself, like, I thought I was that guy, And when I realized that I wasn't, I was filled with so much regret. I felt like a quitter. And that feeling of failure, that feeling of regret, that feeling of being a quitter, it impulsed me, it catapulted me forward, man. I went back to Jamba, I had to get a job, went back to Jamba. And I believe like a month or 2 later, I became the general manager for one of the Jamba Juice locations. After that, on the second month of being a general manager, I started releasing music. I'm still releasing music. I have 2 songs out, working on 2 more. And now I'm making content. Now this is part of the roster now. I'm a general manager. I've released music. I'm picking up content again. But The only difference now is that I'm not a quitter. I don't quit anymore. Not anymore. And honestly, without this failure of mine, without all that regret, without that feeling of feeling like a loser, without that feeling of being a coward, without that feeling of quitting, of being a quitter, would not be right here where I'm at. So I don't know where you're at in life. If you're trying to become a better man, a better worker, have a better dream, have a better work life, have a better life, whatever you're trying to become, like, if you're trying to improve on yourself, if you're trying to improve your life, go and do something uncomfortable that you will probably fail at. But don't try to fail. Don't try to be a quitter. Like, I didn't expect myself to quit going into the job. I didn't expect myself to lose going into the job, to be a failure going into the job. I did not expect that of myself. I expected so much more of myself. And that's what really tore me. Because when I did fail, when I did quit, when I did leave that job, all the feeling of regret, the feeling of being a failure, of being a quitter, that all came back like a tidal wave, and it catapulted me forward. You know how when a wave just crashes over you and drags you into the ocean? That failure dragged me into the ocean, and I had to learn how to survive and how to thrive in the deepness of the ocean. And honestly, man, like I said, I don't know where you guys are at, but if you want to do something with your life, if you don't have the motivation or the discipline to do anything with your life, if you see yourself as one person, as like someone, as a good person, as a man, if you see yourself as a hard worker, go do something harder, and then you'll really see what you're made of. Go do something completely uncomfortable and you'll really see what you're made of. Going into the tire shop, guys, I had no experience with cars, none. I had never worked with cars. I'd never changed a tire. I had never even put air in my car tires. None. I had zero experience. And I got there, and I was trying my best. I'm not gonna lie, I was trying my best to do good. But I kept lacking. I kept failing. I kept doing so many mistakes. What are you gonna do? I ended up quitting. But thanks to that, I'm where I'm at now. Now, I'm not crazy successful yet. I'm not at the top yet. I don't want to be at the top. That spot belongs to Jesus, you know? I just want to make Jesus known. I want to make sure my family is set, my immediate and extended family. I want to make sure that I'm able to change lives. And I'm a completely new person. I'm a completely new person. I thank God, honestly, that I was able to go through that. And I thank myself for not staying in the failure, in the feeling, in the regret that I was in. I thank myself that I was able to get back up. And I thank God for the strength that I was able to get back up. But yeah, guys, that's the video. If you got something out of this, man, like, give it a thumbs up, share it. Go watch one of my other videos, man. Honestly, though, the other videos might be better edited. The other videos might have color grading. The other videos might have more content. But the other videos don't have the me that I am now. So, choose to see my other videos, choose to not. The videos from here on out are going to be a lot better in terms of what you're going to get for yourself. You're going to get more value out of them for sure. God bless you guys. Don't forget to follow Jesus with everything, man. Love him with all your heart, mind, and soul. Just love him. Love Jesus, man. Because honestly, even if I did go through all that failure, even if I became so successful, even if I did the most amount of things ever in the world, to gain the world yet lose my soul, what does it count for? What does it count for me? What does it count for me, really? So don't forget, guys, that before everything else is Jesus. So follow him, seek him while he still can be sought. And in Jesus' name, God bless you guys. Have a great rest of your day.